Greetings, people of the interweb. It's Jake here with my co-hosts Dave, Jordan, and Reverend Spaceman. And I apologize for the way my voice may sound. I'm a little under the weather, and that's why we're recording over Skype today. Unlike usual, we're recording in the studio.
It's okay.
So, basically, this trailer analysis is on the recent Jessica Jones trailer that they finally released after, like, a few teasers here and there. So what do you guys think?
I think it looks great.
I mean, finally, I was wondering when if we'd actually get a real
I forgot this was coming out.
Jay was really negative about it. I mean, then the trailer got released and he really likes it.
You know what, I think you and me, we're done professionals.
Nobody's trying to talk like me, but it's not working.
How can you be done professionally with Batman?
Yeah, I think what we're getting at here is it looks super dark.
Yes, which like actually for that first scene, that first scene you see where she like throws that guy through the window of her office, that is ripped straight out of the comics, the Alias series by Brian Michael Bendis.
I haven't actually. I read the little like preview comic they put out for the show. That was just specifically for the show. It really doesn't tell you anything. And Daredevil's in it, which was awesome. Hoping he'll make an appearance in the show.
But basically, just that first scene was that was like one of the first. I think that's actually on the first page. And if not the first page, it's one of the first. Excuse me. It's from one of the first pages in the comic series, and even like Brian Michael Bendis. I don't think he's seen the full series, but like they premiered or they showed him I think like the first few episodes. And apparently he was blown away at how close it is to the source material, like his work, and he wasn't even like affiliated with the show. So I think that is a testament to show how well done this show will be. I mean, granted, I don't know if it'll be as good as Daredevil, but I think it is going to be really well done, like well written. The acting I think is going to be great.
I probably like it about as much as I like The Flash, on a completely different way. And no other comparison between the two would obviously happen, but just like as far as level of enjoyment from it, I probably get the same amount as The Flash, which is a close second
Jesse
to Daredevil.
Pinkman doesn't show up in Gun.
Well, yes, of course.
Just all these
we know that this is the prequel of Breaking
Aaron Paul
Bad.
is in this in some way.
It takes place around the same time as Better Call Saul. We know it's a prequel of Breaking Bad. We just moved past that age.
Yeah, but yeah, the show is definitely going to be a lot darker. It's going to be even darker than Daredevil, which I think is going to be really cool.
All the rape going on in this show.
Yeah, well, like, what?
Let's do the rape scenes in a classy way.
Cause I know, like, Dave, me and you were texting each other the other day, like, when the trailer first came out, and you were saying that, like, it was kind of weird that Purple Man was the villain.
Interesting.
But in the comics, Purple Man is, like, that's basically why Jessica Jones stopped being a superhero.
I haven't read the comics, but I don't really know that much about her.
Basically, she used to be called Jewel. Like, you know, she was a superhero like everyone else, and apparently even went to high school with Peter Parker, which they're obviously gonna change for the story.
I read the Wikipedia,
but basically, I guess this is more for, like, the people watching this that aren't familiar with the character. Basically, she went under the name of Jewel, and then, excuse me.
That's a good single.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Jim.
Yeah.
It's really outrageous.
But, basically, she ran into Purple Man. I think he was, like, robbing, or he's having someone rob a bank for him. Because basically, his power is, he emits, like, these pheromones where he can control your mind. And basically, like, tell you what to do. So basically, she tries to stop him, but he just, you know, he emits the pheromones and controls her. And I think she's under his control for, I think, like, 6 months. Like, about, like, 6 to 9 months. And so he's forcing her to, like, rob banks and do all these terrible things. And the whole time, like, he'll basically force her to watch him, like, rape girls and, you know, women and stuff like that. And he does a lot of, like, crazy, dark, sadistic stuff. Not actually to her, but, like, or I guess more mentally to her than, you know, physically, like, doing any kind of, like, physical harm or anything like that. So basically, after that experience, she completely stops being a hero. 'Cause I think Daredevil's actually the one that saved her. Because Daredevil was somehow, like, I don't know if he's immune, but he's, like, resistant to Purple Man's pheromones because he's so well trained. I think is how he was able to resist it.
Probably the smell thing.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with like his enhanced senses or something along those lines. But basically, he was the one who.
He's a miracle.
Yeah, he's a miracle.
Just like Caitlyn Jenner.
But so I think there actually could be a good chance that Daredevil does show up in the show. Now whether he's the reason, like
he's Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
I mean, we know Claire is gonna be in it.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna tie it all.
Yeah, she's Night Nurse, I think is her character.
Yeah, I don't know if she's not gonna like suit up or anything.
Yeah.
She better.
I think that's who she's supposed. I think that's who she's supposed to be.
Rosario Dawson in one of those like Halloween nurse costumes.
But this show's definitely like I don't think it's gonna be near as action packed as Daredevil, but it's a psychological thriller. So it's not.
Yeah, well, that's what was cool about the trailer. If you don't know anything about this character, even if it was like affiliated with Marvel, it just looks like a good thriller.
Yeah, like that.
It's more of a detective thing too, because
yeah,
there's really nothing hero about it.
Even with Batman being the world's greatest detective, you don't get in the movies and stuff. There's really not a whole lot of
I will say
stuff.
You get more
the one thing I don't like about this whole series is that they did not get Terry Crews to play Luke Cage.
I feel like he might.
They do drama.
He definitely fits.
Those commercials.
He definitely fits. Yeah, he definitely fits. Like just
they don't
physically.
Look the same, Richard.
I mean, like physically, Terry Crews is like perfect for the role, but
he's also the best part of the Expendables.
Yes, he's physically perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, we know he's
stating the obvious.
He's also the best part of the Expendables.
Besides Chuck Norris?
The best part of the Expendables.
Besides Chuck Norris.
Terry Crews
but beside the point. I think the actor that they do have for Luke Cage, Michael Holter, I think is his name, or Coulter. I think he looks the part pretty well. And this will be the first time we get to see Luke Cage before he gets his own series next year. I think. I think in the spring, maybe, or in the summer.
Probably.
So I don't know. I think it'll be cool to see their dynamic because in the comics they they hook up and I think they get married at some point and have a kid.
That's really all I knew about her.
Yeah. But it looks like in the show he might be like maybe one of her first like clients, which makes sense for the show because in the comics like they've already had like a history that goes way back. So I think in the show that makes sense for them to kind of first meet each other. But I'm really looking forward to this show. Again, I'm not expecting it to be near as action packed, or not quite as good as Daredevil, but I think it's gonna be pretty good though.
Oh yeah, I will definitely admit I'm more pumped up for this than I really was. Before I was just like, sure, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's Marvel.
It's a Marvel show.
But after seeing the trailer, I like dark thrillers and psychological stuff.
I like Breaking Bad.
It does actually, aside from
it appeals to a lot of audience.
Aside from it being Jane from Breaking Bad, the tone does kind of seem to be evocative of Breaking Bad to me.
A little bit, yeah.
Specifically season 2.
Yeah.
Along with Jane.
Because it's a prequel.
Yes.
It's the companion piece to Better Call Saul.
Everything's all in the universe.
Right.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston does want to play a Marvel villain. So this is sort of a backdoor way to say Heisenberg is a Marvel villain.
Yeah, I mean...
But play a Marvel character, but whatever.
Yeah.
Is he also Kylo Ren?
I hope so. If it's not Nick Cage or Jar Jar Binks, I hope it's Bryan Cranston.
Well, I would hope for Nick Cage.
Isn't anybody going to be disappointed if he takes off the helmet and it's Bryan Cranston?
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
So, back to Jessica Jones.
Bryan Cranston any role in that movie. If they were just, Harrison Ford doesn't want to do it, we're going to get Bryan Cranston to play Han Solo. Would you be disappointed? No. Would anyone? No.
No, but let's get back to Jessica Jones.
Whoa.
But yeah, like, initially, like, when they announced Jessica Jones, I knew the name, knew nothing of her, so I read the first, I think, 8 issues of the Alias series, which is what the show's based on. And I think that's what got me more excited for the show. Because before that, I was like, I'll watch it. But now and then after the trailer, now I'm even more excited. And also to see David Tennant as Kilgrave, I think is going to be magnificent.
You get a lot of the color in all the advertising.
If it was the Flash, they'd call him Purple Man.
Yeah, Cisco would just be like, purple, baby. We'd all have a laugh and be like, ha, Cisco.
Cheers.
But no,
this is not the Flash.
This shows.
I'm going to be the negative one since Dave's not, even though I'm also pumped.
Your thing is like, it's not the Flash, whatever.
This was on CW, it'd be totally.
I mean, they have all like the relationship drama elements between Luke Cage.
Because that's what people want to see.
Too dark on Netflix.
Luke Cage will be shirtless the whole time.
Because that's what people want to see is the relationship drama. And the superhero takes a backseat for that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Jessica Jones.
Coming out in November.
Looks fine.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. Maybe not as good as Daredevil, but
I'd say I'm slightly less pumped about it than Dave is, but I'm game. I have nothing that I think is gonna ruin it.
I don't have anything going on November 20th.
Yeah. I got no negative thoughts about it.
Yeah, neither do I. I think it's gonna be a pretty solid series. Again, it's just really hard. I just think it's gonna be really hard to top Daredevil, but I do think it's still gonna be a really solid series, though, regardless of
I don't think it should even try to top Daredevil.
No.
Or just be another season of Daredevil.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he makes an appearance anyway.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it'll be a bit more of a detective.
I think it'll be short.
Yeah, I agree with what you said, Dave. I think it would be cool if it was kind of a detective noir, slash psychological thriller.
Have a modern noir kind of feel.
Yeah, I think that would be a cool.
It was in Sin City 2.
That's why I'm saying
You could see that movie.
That's why I'm saying it will appeal to more fan base.
Yeah.
Just your regular comics.
How big is it the fact that it's kind of the first big female-led Marvel thing?
Yeah.
I think depending on how.
Do you think that will be a factor, or will it really be a factor at all into drawing the new audience? Maybe
they said that the whole thing, it's going to be darker. It's going to be all about sexuality and sex and rape and dark things.
Women love that stuff.
Yeah. Well, Lifetime.
Well, I think it's one of those things where the character herself overcomes all the terrible things that happen to her. So I think some people will see that as oh, this is inspirational. This will appeal to maybe people who have experienced similar things to that and overcame it.
I can see it taking a few cues from the darker parts of Orange is the New Black. Actually,
maybe.
So she'll go to prison and they'll cross over that show.
I'd see that.
I do think this show will definitely, since this is I guess you could argue this is the MCU's first female-led series of any kind, movie, TV show, whatever. I do think depending on how well this goes, you'll see a lot more female-led series, or just you'll see more prominence in female characters and stuff like that, newer characters they add in these other movies. They might actually.
The Black Widow movie we've all been clamoring for.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably one of the few people who's not clamoring for a Black Widow movie. If they made one, I'd go see it. But it's not one of those movies where I'm like, no, she needs her own movie. Because if they make a Black Widow movie, I think it'll be cool. But I think it'd basically be like Winter Soldier, a not as good Winter Soldier like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I wouldn't really want to go see a Hawkeye movie either,
neither would I.
Or an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. movie, or a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent movie.
No.
Well, I would see a S.H.I.E.L.D. movie if it's about S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff, not specifically the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with Coulson's got to be in it. They do that.
Yeah, that would have more potential, but there's just some characters that work better as supporting characters in movies or TV shows, and then there's some that can work on their own. And I think that's actually kind of a gamble to do a series on Jessica Jones. But at this point, Marvel, they can gamble all they want, and they can just keep on winning.
They made Guardians. They made Guardians. And the pretty good follow-up, Ant-Man.
Yeah. So I mean, they just keep.
Shut up, Dave.
Because Age of Ultron happened after.
It was an obscure character nobody gave a shit about, and they turned it into a pretty funny movie.
Less obscure than Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, less obscure, but still.
I like Ant-Man more than Dave did.
I didn't hate it or anything, but I thought it was one of the weaker Marvel films.
I actually thought it was one of their. Like, for a solo movie, I thought it was better. But, anyways, we're getting a little off topic.
It's fair.
That's what we do.
But I do think that.
That's what they expect. We're giving the people what they want. We're not just pandering to them.
I do think this, like, Jessica Jones, though, will be. I don't know. I think it will be a show that'll, like, it'll be solid all the way through. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of episodes that are kind of just filler or anything like that.
12, 13 episodes.
I think I'll probably like it in the same way that I like Orange is the New Black, because I like it. It's not my favorite Netflix show. It's not my favorite any show, but I like it well enough. I can definitely see I can definitely see where it's kind of veered towards a more female audience with all the lesbian scenes. But if there's some lesbian scenes, Jessica Jones, great. But either way,
I doubt it.
No, I don't. But
Disney steps in.
I can see
guys.
I can see him kind of like.
Well, as long as she's not.
I can see me kind of liking it in the same way that I like Orange is the New Black. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You already said.
In the same way.
Just in case you didn't get it the first time.
Well, the first time I said
Richard thinks he's gonna like it in the same way that he likes it.
Well, the first time I said like it as much. This time I'm saying it the same way.
As much as he likes it.
I think I
OINWTV.
Okay.
WTF?
Dave, since you're normally negative about trailers and stuff, how did you feel about the trailer? Like, specifically, like, what are your thoughts?
Just, to make sure everyone's going to hear me, I'm holding the mic. So when I get really loud, No, I thought it was cool. I thought it was interesting bringing Purple Man in, talk about an obscure character.
Oh, yeah. Especially, like, in a Rogues Gallery character.
Run-ins with Daredevil as well. Of course, I like that. They're kind of keeping it to that world.
Yeah.
So it's going to make more sense when they all team up again. But, you get Luke Cage right out of the gate. I thought it was cool. I hope it follows with the kind of aesthetic that it's going for. And Kristen Ritter is great. And
yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. Yeah, I'm excited by it. It's going to top Daredevil. But, I just like that character a lot more anyway. But
yeah.
And again, I'm not as familiar with the comics. I probably will read them.
Yeah, I would recommend everyone to read the Alias series.
Yeah, I mean it's Brian Michael Bendis, and he's great.
Yeah.
So I haven't read anything by him that I didn't like. So, but yeah, I thought it looked good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I'm drowning here.
Oh no, well said.
Jordan, Richard, or Reverend Spaceman, any thoughts you'd like to get out before we wrap this up?
Like I said earlier, I liked how it kind of appealed to all fan bases, not just Marvel superheroes.
Yeah.
That female audience going to come in because, Marvel stuff's typically...
Get a little closer to the mic, Jordan.
Sorry.
You have to hold it up like this.
So, I guess Marvel stuff's a little more male-driven, even though plenty of chicks watch it.
Yeah.
But this is
going to get... For all the hot men.
Yeah, going to appeal a lot to females, too. So, I think it looks good.
Yeah.
And, I think I'm probably going to like it about in the same way I like Orange is the New Black.
What do you mean by that, Richard?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Reverend Spaceman?
Whatever do you mean, good Reverend?
He likes the lesbo scenes.
Oh, yeah. Well, who doesn't? Apparently lots of people do, because Orange is very popular.
I'm fairly positive about those. One of the few things.
Yeah, I think it's, like we've been saying, it's probably going to be, geared a little more towards the female audience, which is great, probably.
It seems to me in a good way, though, like this is what I've wanted, and I guess kind of the problem that, I kind of like the Lady Thor, but, at least from the little bit I've read of it.
Yeah.
I feel like they're kind of making all these changes, in general, Marvel, more in the comics, but making all these changes to kind of, please the social justice warriors, as Reverend Spaceman would call them. But I think this is actually, why don't we have original female character that is a strong character and is a dynamic character, which just very much looks to be, instead of just, here's the Lady Thor show, because a woman couldn't possibly be interesting unless we put her in a man's role.
Yeah.
It's the lady.
And
I think this is going to be the positive female role in the way that it needs to be done.
Yeah. No, yeah, I
makes
agree
any
with
sense.
I'm just gonna take a
dropping the mic.
I don't care about that one. I'm just gonna, I think it's
he did.
He actually did, yeah. I don't care about that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot better than the new Squirrel Girl comics for sure, because those are
because that's getting
higher.
Because what they did with Squirrel Girl is the definition of pandering. Marvel trying to pander to social justice warriors. They actually took a social justice warrior artist off of Tumblr and have her drawing for fucking Squirrel Girl, and she looks like a goddamn autistic kid. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but Squirrel Girl's not autistic. She looks like chubby, out of shape, hideous. The artwork is horrible. If you look at the cover of the first issue, it's you actually see her. Let me finish talking. She like
I always let you finish.
There's a drawing of her with all the Avengers, and they all look like old, wrinkled hags. It's just disgusting. Fuck you, whatever your name is, Eric. What's your name? Ross Squirrel. I hate you. Now you can talk, Dave.
I haven't actually read any of the series. I don't know who's writing it. I've heard it's good, but I do agree. When you showed me the artwork, it's very off-putting. I wouldn't want to buy it just based on that. I mean, unless Grant Morrison was writing it or something, the artwork is very off-putting.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jessica Jones is not doing that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I actually do like the artwork that's kind of. I mean, if you notice at the end of the trailer, where it goes to the kind of artwork cover.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the style of the preview comic for the show that they put out Unlimited.
And I'm kind of curious if, like, depending on how well this show goes, if Jessica Jones is going to get another, like, maybe mini-series or standalone comic. Because it seems to be the trend with Marvel, like, movies. Like, basically, whoever's going to get a movie, like Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange hasn't had a solo series in forever. But since the movie's coming out, he's got his own series. And same with some...
They brought Diggle into the comics.
What?
Arrow. They brought Diggle into the comics.
Green Arrow.
Yeah.
I just read about it, but yeah, they did that.
Started, and I didn't think it was very good, so I dropped it.
But,
This show came out.
His new costume looks terrible. It's cool, right? Diggle's costume? It's not new, it's his first costume.
Or, yeah.
The helmet just looks funny.
It's really dumb.
It's dumb,
but,
I laugh
it's like
at
a weird,
Magneto.
stereotypically black Magneto.
So that's our review of Arrow.
Yeah. But, I don't know, do you...
Season 4 so far, besides that.
Do you guys think that she might get a standalone series, whether it be limited or ongoing?
I definitely think so, because, I mean, they brought back the Guardian series before the movie, but then, as soon as the movie came out, you got the standalone Star Wars, Star-Lord and Star Wars, and Rocket Raccoon and Groot.
Yeah.
Kitty Pryde is Star-Lord now. Fuck you and your fucking social justice bullshit. Fuck you, Marvel.
Ouch.
Strong
like,
words.
She's in this.
She's
the thing
like,
is in Guardian.
All the female characters are the males now.
Yeah.
That is kind of
I
odd.
think she's calling herself Star-Lord or something, but yeah.
Because she was already kind of...
Spider-Woman's pregnant, isn't that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spider-Woman's pregnant in her standalone series.
Also,
Spider-Woman now, though?
Also, fuck you, whoever you are who created Spider-Gwen. Your fucking social justice bullshit.
Actually, really, that was probably my favorite Spider-Verse issue, but then...
But the creator guy himself. And the creator guy himself was the one that got Frank Joe all pissed off and started making those outrage covers, which are amazing. Everyone look up Frank Joe outrage.
No.
Yeah, I saw that.
Comics,
yeah.
And Marvel, right?
Yeah.
It's more on topic than usual, right?
Yeah. But, yeah, I think we'll go ahead and wrap this up, and hopefully all you enjoyed this, and,
fucking hate Squirrel Road.
Get that hashtag going. But feel free to hit us up on the Twitter at Pasty Pale Pro, and, follow us on the Comics Amino. I'm at Irishman Jake. Reverend Spaceman is Reverend Spaceman on Comics Amino.
I really just go on there and piss off social justice warriors.
There you go. So if you want to, help him out or fight him in that battle,